stand tall. And my subject today that it's actually the subject of the week and everything that is very much on my mind. I had a little bit of an emotional need to deal with it, in fact, this week. And it's the subject of at what point in our spiritual development, I guess, does one become aware that it's not about them and it's about other people. It's not about me being special. It's not about anyone else being, spectacular or noteworthy. I mean, these are all wonderful when we see people that are really beginning to operate in their gifts or that are well established, and it's wonderful. But I think it's important to recognize that the need for admiration will pretty much, you're going to end up in a balloon of ego, which I can certainly go there as everybody else. If I were to say that we do not, as my soul group, draconian, I don't want to say that we don't have a problem at times with the ego wanting to bloom and everything. We thought of ourselves as big, huge, beautiful beings and spectacular. We loved ourselves, and much the way that I guess most people in human bodies feel that this is a beautiful physique or this is an admirable way to carry oneself or present themselves or walk or whatever. But it's at what point does it come back to how much energy can you take in, and what it becomes. I mean, it's like all you have to do is look at a famous person, a perfect example of someone that has everything. For example, the Disney actors and these different people, how they have everything. They can have absolutely everything they want. They have admiration. They have all the riches that they're whatever. You can want something and order it, and it's there as quickly as it can get there. But does that make a person happy? I don't think so. I don't see how it possibly could. It's almost like it would keep you in a state of prolonged infancy, if anything else. Because, if you're always being fed the bottle, what's the point of this life? It has to be a lot more than that. It's something I think about often. And within my own self, I see this tendency to, like anybody else, especially when you're a person who's been through a life of rejection, when when one finds acceptance, it's absolutely wonderful. But it's important not to take that too much into the self and make that and inflate it and make it more than what it's actually worth, because then you can't see beyond your balloon. One of the interesting visuals that when I am speaking to my spirit guide, when he gives me often, and it's showing me the imagery of basically a dirty mop hanging in my face, and that I'm walking around like this, and that everything that I'm looking at is being filtered and smells like this nasty, dirty mop that is all the different stuff and things throughout the day that I've picked up, offenses and little annoyances and whatever. And it's still in there. I haven't let it go. I'm carrying it around, and so my day is going forward with this nasty, sticky mop on my head. And one of my jobs I do cleaning, and so that's a very visual. It's not something you want. Um, it's it's at what point does it come back to how do I get beyond this ego balloon thing? And I think I experienced the flip side of this last night. I was really feeling the flip side of it, which is just I have all these dreams and hopes and everything to go forward. And in the beginning, they doing this is not something that I wanted to do. Absolutely not. I do not want to go on YouTube and talk about weird stuff in front of the entire world. But yet here I am, and it's whatever it is. It, but it's not something that I intended and planned on doing. And it's kind of freeing and terrifying and fun all at the same time. But to get caught up in that whole how do you get likes and this and that, I opened a public figure page, and it's the whole thing is it's like you can buy people's views. Well, I don't want to go there with that. And that's, if that's the focus, if the focus becomes about buying admiration points or whatever, then that's all that you're going to have. If the focus and the reason for sharing and all of this is to somehow help someone else, to confirm something with someone else, to perhaps even give someone else the permission to be themselves and be courageous and educate the world. We have knowledge, and we should really. I think that I hope that one day it will be as normal to talk about speaking with extraterrestrials telepathically, multidimensionally, and this sort of thing, not only physically. That this will be a commonplace thing to talk about, as much so as it is, with all these various different television shows that are about spirits and psychics and communication of that sort between mostly departed people and with people. I mean, we see, it's unlimited. It's all connected. Anyway, um, I'm seeking for myself. How do I get beyond this? How do I? I think that it's important to just remember that that whatever you fill yourself with has to come out. I mean, obviously, that's one visual way to it. uh, so anyway, I would like to try to do a channeling session. Not try to do. He wants me to do a channeling session, and I've been fighting with this all day, and it's like, okay, okay, yes, I'm gonna put things together. I'm gonna get done. And I'm gonna get the computer, and then of course the cords and everything. But yes, anyway, um, okay, so about service. Sometimes it takes many lives to understand that the service is the joy of life and living with others. If everything is only yourself, nothing reflects off of everything. All you can see is one singular. If everything is infinite and all of the people of infinite souls next to you, then you can see that we're all connected and we're all infinite. We're all singular souls and singular cells and dual cells and omnipotent varieties of cells. Spirits of God, we are. To serve is to sing together, to produce harmony, to produce energy, to produce something together is infinitely more powerful than if you were to attempt to do it on a singular level. This is one way of looking at this. The joy of happy family living together, serving, helping, working is infinite more than the joy that is in solitude. Spirits are not meant to be solitary. We're meant to find each other. Like light attracts light, we find each other. The pride of servitude can overtake one as easily as the pride of receiving and being on the top and having more than others. This pride can ultimately stop all. There's no benefit. It becomes an empty action. You've broken the records. To bring it into memory, one cell together, cell working together, singing together, functioning. This is the higher reality that actually is beyond this one, where we appear to be separate. To have joy in your life is to understand the togetherness of the harmonics of reality. To have joy is the mental state of awareness at this point in time, concentric form, where I can find my center and my outward center, and I see the joy and the life and the cells beyond myself. There is no point, but one only. To experience that sort of separation is the worst thing imaginable that the source is not aware of. It cannot happen. Be happy and sing with each other. This is the best advice I can give you at this point. Okay. um, I started arguing a little bit because I wasn't understanding, and I sometimes I was pushing him to, be a little bit more, and yes, there was annoyance. Like, stop telling me what to do. I'm speaking. Um, anyway, that wasn't as usual. It wasn't what I expected. And so small cells of light connected together is reality, and teamwork is reality also. It's a different way of approaching the idea that my ego could be potentially stopping my spiritual growth if I don't keep it in check, on the upside and the downside, I guess. So, okay, I've got a little bit to think about, and thank you if anyone out there is actually watching my very strange little channel here. This is an experiment, and I hope that I can inspire other people to experiment on their own. And it's we all have this ability and the capacity to connect with our ancestors and our spirits, and the others outside and inside as well. Thank you for listening.